Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be talking about a ton of interesting things about GTA 6 and even Rockstar's next title, how it might not be what we're all expecting. So staying on the GTA 6 news first, this is something I'm pretty much monitoring almost every single week to see if something new is coming about. And we're still seeing a lot of Rockstar employees post on their resumes and, art portfolios online that they're working on GTA 6. And I'll show you guys this on the screen right now. This is a Rockstar employee or former Rockstar employee, because you can see they only worked there for 8 months. In fact, they just left recently from the offices in Edinburgh, Scotland. They were a motion graphic designer from January 2019 to August 2019. They worked on Red Dead Redemption 2 Online for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. They worked on GTA 6 for the next generation, which is interesting. Grand Theft Auto Online for PC and PS4, and an untitled project for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Now, we'll speculate on what that untitled project is in a little bit, but again, this is yet another reference to Grand Theft Auto 6 being available for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Project Scarlett, whatever Microsoft is going to come up with. So that's pretty interesting. Now, to play devil's advocate here, anyone for the most part could create a LinkedIn page and make up a bunch of stuff that they ended up doing. However, I kind of find it highly unlikely, especially because LinkedIn is definitely more of like a business professional website, not necessarily something where you would go to try and make fake leaks, but you never know. Anything is possible, and someone could have easily done that. So, of course, take it with a grain of salt. But this is interesting, as we've started to see more and more recently, either current or former Rockstar employees mentioning that they've been working on Grand Theft Auto 6 over the last couple of years and over the last couple of months. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a ton of fake leaks and posts that are being spread online, so you do have to sort of sift what is actually real and what is actually fake. Like, for example, images like this that have been spread online that say it's GTA 6 gameplay screenshot. This is stuff that we've debunked in the past, so that's really not what you want to worry about. But there's been a ton of fake stuff, but stuff like this where we actually see, former and current Rockstar employees posting that they've been working on GTA 6, that's definitely a bit more plausible. Now, moving on, the next thing we need to talk about is Rockstar's next game might not necessarily be Grand Theft Auto 6, or even something that other people might have expected, like Bully 2. So this has started to gain a lot of traction recently. It was posted on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit. Now, there's a lot of sketchiness about this, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but the title of the post was Rockstar are developing an open world game with a medieval setting. That's interesting. So this individual says, the source I'm getting this from has been right about Grand Theft Auto Online DLC and RDR2 story mode details before it released. Don't want to say any more than that for obvious reasons. Rockstar's next game will not be Bully 2 or GTA 6. They are developing an open world game with a medieval setting. Sword fighting, dueling will be a mechanic. Release date is aimed for Q1 2021. Announcement isn't that long away. Obviously sounds crazy and you have no reason to believe me, but as I said, they have been very reliable before. I fully believe time will prove me right. Ask me anything more is pretty much useless, as I don't know anything other than what I've said. So that was pretty interesting, and as it currently stands right now, it's one of the top posts on that subreddit. Now, what's interesting is this came from a user I know stuff 312, and they actually only created their account on Reddit a day ago, and it's the only post that they've made. So that's interesting that a brand new account would ultimately end up saying something like that. However, if they were trying to remain anonymous, that might be the best way to go about doing it. Now, what's interesting about this post is it comes about a week after someone found another former or current Rockstar Games employee's LinkedIn page, and one of the things they said they were doing was creating modular environment pieces with organic finish, carefully following medieval architecture style. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So you would think that these two posts line up and that it might actually confirm this information to be true, but not so fast. That's actually the reason why I believe this new account is posting this information. That thread mentioned medieval architecture, and a few days later, a new account posts a leak suggesting Rockstar's next game is medieval. That's a little bit suspicious to me. However, the idea of a medieval Rockstar Games wouldn't be totally abnormal. In fact, this wouldn't be the first time in which Rockstar has tried to do something like that. Or it might even be a continuation of the same project. In case you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, Rockstar was actually planning a new IP to be released between Red Dead Redemption 2 and the next GTA game. Now, at Rockstar, it was known internally as Project Medieval. Though apart from the outline design and some pre-production, not much more is known about it, especially since the whole fallout at Rockstar in 2014. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about with the fallout, that has to do with Leslie Benzies and the Hauser brothers, how they had their huge lawsuit and how Leslie Benzies ended up leaving the country. But essentially, Project Medieval was going to be a new Rockstar Games title, an open world one set in the medieval era. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the medieval era, but it certainly sounds interesting, and this would definitely be the furthest back that Rockstar has ever gone as far as an open world title. I think Red Dead Revolver would be the farthest they've ever gone back, which was like the 1880s. So it would be going back way further than that. Now, over the last 24 hours or so, this story has been picked up by a lot of big-time media outlets and video game publishers, and they've been running with it. They've been saying that, Rockstar's next title is going to be something medieval, and that is kind of interesting. And we've even heard from former Rockstar insider Yan2295, who commented about this entire situation on the GTA forum site. So responding to the article itself, he said, yeah, no. Also, as far as I know, what was referred to as medieval in the document Ash mentions was agent. Though I could be wrong on this since I don't remember where I heard that. And as a follow-up to that individual, Ash735, said, no, it was a new unannounced IP at the point of 2012. Agent was already out in the open. Either way, it's shelved, last I heard. So this is interesting. That new Rockstar title is supposedly not going to be Agent, which I think was going to take place in like the 1960s, 1970s, something like that. So it clearly wouldn't have been the medieval era, and many people also believe that it was shelved. However, that wouldn't be the first time we've heard of a that wouldn't be the first time in which we've heard of a future Rockstar Games getting shelved. The recent Bully 2 rumors that we've heard, or at least the last we've heard of Bully 2, is that game actually got shelved and has been stuck in sort of a development cycle. But we've also heard rumors and reports recently that Rockstar are planning to release something within the next year or two. It certainly seems a little bit early for the next GTA game. They just released a Red Dead title, so we know it's not going to be a follow-up to that. So could it be this Project Medieval, whatever it's going to be called? That would certainly be interesting. Now, I'm going to give you guys my personal opinion on this. We've been talking about the rumors and reports and the facts so far, but I personally think that Rockstar should just stick with what they've done so far and what Rockstar normally does, because this theme seems so different. The medieval period just doesn't sound like Rockstar's style, and I don't know if they would be able to implement their sort of open world ideas and policies on the actual game itself. Things like weaponry and travel and, all the different things that you can do. They would really be restricting themselves by the time period that they would ultimately place themselves in. So would Rockstar want to do that when, a modern GTA game gives them limitless possibilities, when a game set in the era of the Wild Wild West and cowboys and outlaws gives them a ton of possibilities? But the further back you go, the less things that you can do, just simply due to innovations in technology and information we know about settings and stories. So, in my personal opinion, doesn't sound like a great idea, but if this is what Rockstar's working on next, for a fact they're going to make it as best as possible. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about, again, GTA 6 popping up in the news cycle because it's appearing once again on former and current Rockstar Games LinkedIn profile pages and stuff like that. And what do you think of the next Rockstar Games title being a medieval game? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.